Good morning, America. Just kidding. It's never good morning in America. We all know this. So happy Women's History Month. I've been wanting to make a video on a topic like this for a while, but I figured now's the perfect time. The bottom line is people still aren't respecting us, but we're not respecting each other even more than almost ever, I feel like. Let's talk about it. One of the things that I keep noticing in media, on my TikTok, on my Instagram, what have you, has been women putting other women down as if they were a man. Like, you know what I mean? Like how men talk about women, and it's disgraceful, it's disgusting, and I hate it. I keep seeing posts of people my age, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little older, saying, oh, I hate this girl, da-da-da, she did XYZ, and they're all valid reasons, whatever. But then she'll be like, she's so ugly, she's not pretty enough to be talking about that, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I was with you, you had me, now you don't. Because that's just weird. Why are we talking about how she looks when we're talking about her actions, if that makes sense? That is just so unnecessary, and that just perpetuates these weird beauty standards. And what about the people who are good people who look like her? Like, it's just creating this weird environment, and I'm just not here for it. A good example of this recently is Ash Trevino. Do I think she's an awful person? Yes. Do I agree with anything that she's doing? No. Like, I feel terrible for her children. But, like, she's not ugly. The people calling her ugly are just, it's just not sitting right with me, because she's a Hispanic, bigger woman, and that's just weird to me. And it's weird to equate these looks with her actions, because her looks have nothing to do with her actions. And the people just dressing up as her and, you know, making it intentionally ugly are just, that's just weird. You can call someone out without saying anything about their looks. And it's especially jarring to see from other women, and even other plus size women, other Hispanic women. Like, it's just, it makes no sense to me, and I don't understand why it's so normalized. And I'll go in the comments and I'll be expecting somebody to call this out and be like, okay, well, let's not say anything about her looks, you know. And I'll look, and everyone's agreeing with the person, and it's just like, it feels insane. Like, it's insane that we live in a time and an environment where that is okay, and that is even encouraged. And these types of people, not saying they're bad people, but the people saying these things are getting like millions of likes for it, and it's funny, and it's you know, it's just weird to me. The principle of the matter is that we're getting way too comfortable talking about women's appearances. I've seen so many things about, like, I don't remember her name, but the actress that plays Rory Gilmore in Gilmore Girls. In Gilmore Girls, a lot of people saying, oh, she's so old, she looks so old, she did not age like fine wine. The other actress, I forgot her name, like the mom of Rory in Gilmore Girls, she aged so much better, and da-da-da, and comparing them. Weird behavior. When I go to look her up, she looks fine for somebody her age. She has just aged, and I think that maybe the, you know, Botox era has something to do with that. But it's just like, one of the age-old sayings is you never ask a woman her age, and like, you never talk about her appearance. That's just common knowledge, and you shouldn't talk about anyone's appearance, but I'm specifically talking about women because I think it's very much woman on woman crime right now. And also, it's Women's History Month. I'll have friends where I'll be talking about a girl that made me upset. I'll just be like, she did this, you know, I really didn't appreciate it because XYZ. And then they're like, yeah, she's ugly. And I'm like,
well, I never said that.
And I just think it's too normalized to equate those two things. They aren't the same. There's this girl that is so you know, weird, and I do not support anything that she does, and like she makes me very uncomfortable. But she's gorgeous, and I'm not going to be like she's so ugly, because she's not. Her personality is weird and ugly, but she's so beautiful. That's not the issue. Like, I don't have a problem with how people look, I have a problem with how they act. So it's like, I don't understand why we're using people's actions or like a situation even as an excuse to attack people's looks, because there's even been times where somebody has, you know, been canceled or whatever, they and it goes out to the public and everyone's like, she's so ugly, da, 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 da. And I'm like, what? And then like it gets proven that all that was a lie and she's actually the good one, and then they're like, she's so beautiful. And it's like, okay, that's so weird. Like, there really is, the people in their minds really see a tie between beautiful outwardly and beautiful inwardly, and then ugly outwardly and ugly inwardly, and that's just weird, and that's just not how life works. I think especially with the political climate that we're living in right now, where everything is already seemingly, you know, devolving, feminism, activism, rights wise, like this is the time where we cannot be doing any of that, and it's just so harmful. You might think it's just a funny TikTok comment, but how many people are gonna see that and respond to that? And I don't even mean young women or other women. I also mean men that are gonna see that, and that like actively makes it okay in their brains. And I'm not saying it's your responsibility, and that if you say something, like if you say the word bitch, that gives a man the right to say it. That's not what I'm saying, but it just pushes that more into normality than it ever should be. It's like, this is kind of what those men in power want. They want women to go against each other. Like that guy a couple months ago that said, yeah, we win, like we're taking your bodies, like we're choosing over your bodies. Like, that kind of person does not want you guys to be in alliance. That type of person wants you to hate each other and call each other pick me, and, you know, say this girl's ugly and this girl's not, and be in division. Because when we're in division like this, like, it's just giving points to the other side, if that makes sense. You participating in these misogynistic activities or phrases or insults, arguments, what have you, especially in the public eye, are just so harmful. It's the same thing as if a man were to post them. And I think a lot of people are failing to see that. If you've been accidentally doing that, that's okay. I've definitely done that as well. Where I've had to stop myself and be like, okay, wait. One, I sound like a man. Two, like, this is just not positive, and there's a way to go about things without saying things about appearance or just misogynistic things. And I know it's hard because a lot of us have a lot of internalized misogyny just because of how our world is, or maybe how our parents raised us. If you're like me, your parents were super conservative, and oh, that girl's wearing a short top, like she's a, you know, words that aren't good to use. It's hard to unlearn that, and it's hard to sit there and be accountable and change that. But I think it's really necessary to get even remotely close to back to where we thought we were a couple years ago, in terms of feminism. It's 2025. Let's bring back empathy. Empathy is in, okay? So that's all I have for today. I wasn't going too in depth. I just wanted to talk about what had been on my mind for a couple of months and what I've noticed in media. If you have anything to add on, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your guys' takes. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.